It is very easy to distinguish between different animals and put them into different categories. Now, fundamentally, plants can be subdivided or divided into two categories called monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Okay, so right here we have the monocotyledon and an example of a dicotyledon. We're going to elaborate some important differences between them in this video. Now, first of all, we'll start with the name because this is the confusing part already. So mono means one, di means two. Okay, so we know this one will have two of something and this one will have one of something. Cotyledon is a structure inside the seed. Okay, so this one will have one cotyledon, with this one will have two cotyledons. So let's look at the seed. Okay, so here we have a monocot seed. If we open it up, okay, we look at the inside, this white part here is called a cotyledon. This part is where the leaves will develop from, okay, and a monocotyledon plant only has one of these in its seed, okay. It's a little place where the leaf will come from, and there's a lot of nutrients in here, okay. So that's it. If we look at the dicot, when we open it and we cut it in half, there will be two of these. So here is one. In the other half, there will be another one. Okay, so dicots have two of these areas where leaves will grow from. So that's one very important difference. Okay, and that's kind of where the names stem from. Now, let's go into the easier ones. Let's look at the flower itself. So for the flower, we can see that the monocot, the flower grows in pairs of three. So we have 1, 2, 3. That's the first layer. The second layer has 1, 2, 3. So you can see the flower forms in groups or multiples of 3. If we look at the dicot, it forms in multiples of 4 or 5. So right here is 5, okay, but it can also be 4. So that's one major difference, how the flower is arranged, okay. The next one, let's go down here into the stem. If we look at the stem, the internal structures of the stem between a monocot and a dicot is different. So here, we're going to focus on this little area here. We're going to take a slice of it and look at it here. If we look at the internal structure, we know that plants have a lot of vessels or something called vascular bundles, which hold the phloem and the xylem, right? And they will transport things up and down the plant, right? All the nutrients and water. Now, these vascular bundles in a monocot is arranged in a scattered way, okay? There's no particular organization. It is randomly organized, just like this. Whereas in a dicot, it is organized in a specific manner. It is organized in a ring-like structure. So you can see they're arranged around the outside in a ring form. Okay, so that's another major difference. Now, maybe you've noticed the next one already. Look at this leaf. What do you notice about the lines on it? These lines are called veins, okay? And these veins are arranged parallel, meaning adjacent to each other. These lines will never meet each other. So this line here will never meet the line next to it because they flow in the same direction. Okay, so they are parallel. Whereas if you look at the veins on a dicot, they are arranged in different directions, okay? They are not parallel. They have a unique arrangement, okay? So that's another major difference. So let's go to the last one, which is the roots. You can see here the monocots have something called a fibrous arrangement, fibrous roots. Everything, all the branches stem from the center. One branch this way, one branch down here, one here, one here, one here, so on. If we look at the branching mechanism of a dicot plant, we notice it's different. What happens is the main root comes down and then a bunch of branches come off of the main root. You see? So main root, one branch, one branch, one branch, one branch, and then some branches off of it, right? This is called taproot system, okay? So given that I just mentioned everything, here is a nice little summary table, okay, mentioning the 5 major differences, okay? So I hope this made sense and that you understand this little concept, this division a little bit better.